gotten a push in the right direction.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
And it's clearly the best way to see if bad people can become good.
I think this thing of sending them to Earth, I do think it's a bad test. I really do. I don't think it's working to prove the point that we're trying to prove. Because the whole point is that they had a very cultivated place in the good place that Michael created in season 1 that brought them all together in very unique ways that I think eventually got them to kind of actually progress. Do you know what I mean? That is not the same as Earth. It isn't. I feel like they just need to come to, again, sorry, talking myself in circles, right? Immediately opening the video. So sorry. Hello, welcome. I think it comes down, you can boil it all down to this thing of Earth is too unpredictable and it's not a good testing ground for it, truthfully. I wonder if they'll kind of come to that conclusion at some point. I mean, Michael did talk about making a case, right? He needs more time to make a case, so what that case is, be interesting to see. All right, buddy. Where are you? What are you doing?
Hi, I'm Michael.
Is it a flashback? The doorman?
I have this ruling from the judge
Okay.
on the Earth to reverse the deaths of these 4 people. It starts up a new timeline.
Oh, okay. Really? A new timeline?
So how long does this trip take? Hope I don't get a middle seat.
I haven't heard a joke in 8,000 years.
You did not take it well, I've got to tell you, mate.
And I still haven't.
Oh.
You want to get around, you're just going to have to take a bus or something.
Bus?
Yeah, it sucks, man.
Oh boy. Oh,
Not for him. Fair enough.
what do I do? Just grab that key?
Whoa, whoa! This key is made of the very first atoms
Frog.
existence in the universe.
Mate, I don't know how many people are watching like all of my shows at once. I don't know if there's any one person watching all of them, but I just want to make the observation that frogs keep turning up, man, in all the shows, okay? That's not true. That is not true, actually. No, Buffy, I wanted frogs, there wasn't frogs. Then there was frogs. It's not important, I apologize. Let's move on.
It is one of a kind and cannot be duplicated.
I feel like that is going to be a thingamabob we use at some point. Don't know why.
Do not duplicate.
Are we duplicating that, mate?
And what's the significance of the keychain?
It's like frogs.
Yeah.
I'm a frog guy.
Oh, he's okay with me. Amy, take no, wrong show. Oh, was it him who did it? I still find it so silly how he died. I don't know why I said that, like it would have got less silly over time. That's not how things work.
It was incredible. The traffic?
Oh god, yeah, I guess that's the first time that he's actually been to Earth then. That's kind of a big deal for him.
A Pizza Hut. I got to ride a bike.
Did you also save their lives?
Yes.
Could you imagine if you forgot?
Now, just sit back and watch as they become better people.
Yeah, sure.
Morning, Judy. Blueberry muffin for you?
I don't know. Maybe. I can't decide.
Like, this is the thing. You've just put them back into the exact same testing grounds that they were in that got them to the bad place. This is not iced coffee! Sorry, I apologize. But this ain't gonna work, and they've got to realize that. Michael will, I think. I mean, he does, right? He goes to the bar and he pushes a little bit, right?
I want to start crying.
Oh, Judy.
Mind if we ask you 582 questions?
I was such a tomboy in high school. See? Enlightenment comes from within.
That is a great view, though. God damn, it's a different world, isn't it?
Make me the happiest man in the world and agree to be my wife?
No. Do you think my name is the letter K?
Hey, shoot your shot, man.
You can have the stuff I stole.
Yeah, he just confessed to the robbery.
Oh, Jason.
You realize what the problem is, right?
Yes, I do.
There's no way to help.
Good man. Yeah.
In the afterlife, they all got better because they helped each other.
Good, we're getting there. Immediately. Of course.
Chidi and Eleanor's connection. If I get the two of them together, everything else will follow.
Michael.
In theory.
Oh, and then maybe I'll visit Chidi and make sure.
Yeah, because if you run this experiment to its kind of conclusion, it's like, well, the thing that you can only really definitively say is that if you manufacture a situation, it will make people better, right? Which is really interesting because it kind of feeds into the moral desert argument, right? That we were kind of discussing, what was it, like an episode, 2 episodes ago, whatever it was. And the conclusion that I kind of came down on was that I don't think it really matters. I think the only thing that really matters is that the good deed is done. When you kind of run it through as a thought process, and someone made a comment on I think the last video asking about what is the answer, and what I talked about was kind of preference, like what do we prefer, right? Do we prefer thinking endlessly over a scenario that doesn't really give us an adequate conclusion, that being working out whether someone is truly innately good or not, right? Because you can never truly really know that. And it's like, you can have that conversation It's an interesting conversation, right? But is that preferable? Is that something we can use to make ourselves better and make society better? No. And I think when you look at morality from a perspective of you can grow, you can get better, you can improve upon yourself, you can seek it out and make something better of yourself, you know, I think we all benefit from that. And it comes back to this idea of having laws, having rules, having societal kind of propriety that makes us more polite or nicer to people. And I think having systems in place that do promote goodness is what we should be striving for, because that is more practically useful in a working society to make us better people collectively, right? Or at least make the most people as possible as good as they can be. And having kind of a moral framework baked into society in that way. The comment that I was replying to mentioned the idea of obviously the people in power setting the moral framework, and they might be wrong, they might be corrupt, they might use the morals to suit what they want, right? Which isn't good and is always a risk. I think with anything that you ever talk about, there's always a risk to stuff, right? But I think there's always this chance that whatever you're talking about can be corrupted or shifted a certain way that makes it worse or bad or not a good thing. And I think that's fair, and I think you've got to be mindful of that, right? But also I do think when you're kind of theorizing about it, to give ourselves the best chance, you've got to kind of take that risk, because then you're cheaty, right? And it's like, well, there's negatives to everything, and then you never make any decision and none of the good stuff happens, or at least there's no kind of workable process to trial and error and make things better and try something, fail maybe, sure, but then try something new, you know? And you can't have that if you don't make a decision. And I think you got to kind of just accept that there's going to be risks with stuff and try it anyway, right? And I do truly think that this idea of buildable morality, improvable morality, laws and propriety in society that makes morality better, I think that's the way to go, truthfully. And sorry, I mention all of that because that's kind of what we're arriving at, of the conclusion to this experiment. We know Michael went back to Eleanor, at least, to shape things, shift things, to instill some level of control over the situation, which I think is what laws in our society, social propriety that I'm talking about, those things kind of shift us, nudge us to the right path, right? And I think that's what he's doing. That's kind of what Michael is representing, at least to my mind. And so that's why I mention it, because I think it's very applicable to what I'm talking about and this idea of buildable, workable, improvable morality. And I think that's going to be the takeaway. I don't know whether we're going to immediately realize that or whether it's something we're going to build up towards, but I feel like that's where this is going. Do you know what I mean? Once this has run its course and we get to the end of it and it's like, well, okay, but are they truly good? We haven't really answered the question. Maybe it'll make Michael start to think about maybe some of that stuff, and we can't answer it. So what are we left with? Do you know what I mean? And then that's why I think it, you know, you start shifting to maybe some of the stuff that I've been talking about, or maybe something that I haven't talked about or thought of, right? Absolutely. That would be interesting too. But I just think that this scenario, this experiment is leading us towards there.
I'm just going to nudge the two of them together. Just nudge.
Mm-hmm.
The judge is, the judge of, the universe.
I feel like we shouldn't have one person doing that whole job, you know?
Need to head on back to Earth.
Mate, I just want the frog. Do you know what I mean?
Judge said to use the same one.
She's going to find out about that.
That is the question Tim Scanlon asked decades ago.
All right, catching up.
Allez-y somewhere.
Sorry, I've been flying for like 40 hours. This is Australia.
So I also speak English and Latin, just in case it ever comes back.
Hey, man, holding out hope.
I once got 12 out of 12 on a BuzzFeed quiz called Do You Know All the Slang Words the Kardashians Invented?
Oh, no.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
No.
I'm gonna be honest, I did cheat.
Oh, God.
You flew all the way here from Arizona just to see me?
You know what? Don't flatter yourself, pal. I need someone to help guide me, morally speaking.
He's a professor, right? He's very busy.
Will you help me?
Yes.
This is the thing, though. I feel like he's not as invested as he was in, The Good Place, because it's not his whole focus. So I wonder whether it'll have a different effect.
Or maybe a funny gif.
Isn't it GIF? Have I been saying it wrong?
Why are you helping me?
Yes, there is.
Go on.
I also had a near-death experience. I don't know for sure that I would have died, but...
Bond!
This is an important moment in our friendship.
Did it make you stop using almond milk? Is that the takeaway from his,
I was frozen here, unable to make a simple decision, and I almost got crushed by an air conditioner.
What did we learn?
This is a sign.
Yeah.
I shouldn't be using air conditioners.
Oh my god. Even stupider!
That's the lesson you take from this?
Mm-hmm.
GD, your brain is broken.
Oh, a bit harsh, but like a little bit, Like, harsh word, not incorrect.
Paralyzed by decision making.
I sort of got that when you couldn't choose a chair to sit on.
Oh my god.
No, I just kind of walked in here and Is there any way to tell if my indecision is due to a brain thing?
We make a lengthy incision from your eyebrows.
Jeez. I know it's a joke, but like...
Eel your face back, right? Then slice your skull open. Randomly stab at your brain with an electrified needle.
Christian's taking notes. Sorry, that's a little bit spicy. That's a dipping the toe in. Do you know what I mean? Just seeing where everyone's at.
Demand I drop everything and just put you in the university's $3 million MRI machine.
Why not?
I freaking love it.
New partner?
You're so weird. Let's go.
I like her.
I asked you to choose between red and blue, and you almost passed out. You philosophers can spend your entire life mulling over a single question.
It's also like the draw for philosophy, though. It's like, come on, like we always keep mentioning the negative. You know what I mean?
One blueberry muffin, please.
Nice. It's just interesting, isn't it? Are they all going to go through what we saw Elena go through and, make progress, snap back?
He chose that muffin in less than a minute.
Wow.
That beats your old record by 59 minutes.
My God, how did he have time for anything?
I haven't been this happy since... Oh, wow. I've never been happy. Anyone can live this way. Just decide to be more decisive.
It's very true.
I have been putting off getting in shape.
What have you got to lose?
Nothing.
Oh, God.
I was using the leg press at the gym.
Oh, he's going to go internal. He's going to be like, I caused this. It was good advice. It was good advice, Chi. Leave it at that and move on.
Oh, no.
All the tendons in my legs snapped.
This is not on you, Chidi.
And I kicked myself in the face.
Jesus, dude.
I lost control of my bladder. Someone got it on video.
People are mean. People are mean.
This is all my fault.
No.
Oh no, you shouldn't eat blueberries anymore. Read an article, the migrant workers who pick them are horribly mistreated.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Excuse me.
Got a wild weekend planned?
Sorry.
Well, my friend broke both of his legs, and it's my fault.
Is it though? Michael, question.
A lot of academic types.
Well, he's trying.
And I really nailed the Australian accent.
Flawless.
Okay, cool. It was supposed to be bad. Fair enough. I feel better.
Everything is finally on track.
Sean.
Status report.
Oh, God.
Those 4 humans have been on Earth for over a year.
Wow. And they know what's happening. Okay.
We torture like 30 billion humans. Why do you care so much about...
Good question.
Never mind.
Don't be afraid of questions, Sean.
For Aristotle, virtue is practical. Goodness isn't something that a person just inherently has. Something that she achieves.
Yes.
This doodle of a burrito.
Burrito.
Aristotle, I thought it was pronounced like Chipotle. Is it Chipottle?
Oh, I wish. Why do we choose the worst pronunciation for words, man? That's what I'm saying.
I've been trying to figure out how to pay you back for helping me.
How is she paying for all of... Never mind, don't ask questions.
No, it's not that. Then afterwards I can buy you dinner as a thank you.
Oh, no, you don't have to do that.
Do dinner.
Okay, well, I'll see you later.
Yes.
What?
Yeah.
Are you scared?
No, it's not impressive to guess that I'm scared. Promise me you'll drop it.
I promise. So you're into Chidi, right? I mean, forgive my bluntness, but I'm usually right about these things.
She does have super good instincts.
What color are Simone's eyes?
Brown.
Yeah.
If you could take Simone anywhere.
Sorry, is this part of the experiment?
Yes.
Yes, please answer the question.
Next question. You are into Simone. Simone, are you annoyed at Chidi for waiting so long to ask you out?
Yes, I am.
Nice. Again, we all need a little push from something, right? Not necessarily, but a lot of people, right? And it doesn't have to be a bad thing. I think the way that this episode has gone in showing obviously Chidi pushing boot guy and it going bad, and then obviously this situation and obviously Michael, the example of Michael and how he's pushing a little bit, right? We are seeing positive and negative outcomes to this idea of pushing people certain ways, whatever that might take the form of, whether it is, like I say, propriety and politeness in society and behavior that can come from that, laws that we have, etc., etc. This kind of thing manifests itself in different ways, right? Or as simple as, a friend pushing you to do something, or seeing a situation from a different perspective and being like, well, maybe it's this, and actually that helps, do you know what I mean? Can also hurt if it goes a different way. But I think if you engage in this kind of practice as honestly and as carefully as you possibly can, and like I say, I think, yes, there's always going to be risk to that, but I think the potential positive far outweighs that, and I think that's the decision you've got to make, and you've got to risk that, right? To ever have any chance at the positive.
There's only one question left, and you gotta ask it, bud.
She's great. She's a great friend.
Would you like to have dinner with me?
Wow, that is highly inappropriate. I'm just kidding. Yes, I would.
She's great. I love her.
This is a disaster.
No.
How are the two of them gonna bond?
Yeah, this is the thing. He's gonna feel bad that because remember, when they kissed and he was so happy. Hot diggity dog! Eleanor and Chidi kissing. He's gonna feel bad, right? Having this knowledge. This is the problem with this whole thing that I've talked about, and the Chidi and Eleanor thing and the tape and everything, and it's the knowledge, the forbidden knowledge that I think can torture you. And Michael is the closest personification of that, right? And I think that is going to torture him, right? Because he knows knows, and he cares very deeply about, I think, Eleanor's happiness particularly. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I mean, this is the thing as well. Is he now gonna, you know, is doing a lot of positive for them in the way that he's influencing them? Is he gonna go back down to earth to try and shift things a little bit more to his liking and then ruin it, right? Like try and push Chidi more towards Eleanor, and then it doesn't work because it's not happened that way, and then Chidi splits from this girl and it makes him less happy and it all goes wrong. It'd be interesting if he finds himself in the position that he was in the Good Place, where he was getting it wrong, resetting. Is he gonna go back and create all of these different timelines on Earth as well? It'd be really interesting, I don't know, just the symmetry of the storytelling, right? Going back to the beginning of season 2 and what we started with there, and perhaps maybe we're going to see a little bit of that here, obviously down on Earth. I do wonder. It seems to be foundationally teeing up to go that way, because I think if it all goes wrong, he's gonna be like, no, start again, and then it's like, what are you even doing? What are you even doing?
Simone and Chidi are good together.
Mm-hmm.
Been running simulations on
Janet.
what their kids will be like.
Ooh.
One of them is hot enough to be on The Bachelor. Smart enough to never go on The Bachelor.
This is not just about Chidi. I've left too much to chance. I'm going back down.
Yeah, okay.
If you keep disobeying Mommy's,
Yeah.
bad is going to happen.
Mummy.
What?
I don't have a mom, so I've been experimenting with
Aw.
being of the judge as my mom.
Why not?
It's weird. Good luck, Dad. Nope, also weird. Just go.
Hey, bud. Hazelnut antimatter. Just a little treat for my old pal, the doorman.
It's interesting how what I'm talking about in regard to innate goodness or external motivators is constantly littered through this episode. Michael is only bringing the doorman a drink because he wants something. Does this make the act less good? He still has a drink, after all. I suppose the bad in this situation is that it's allowing Michael to break the rules, but then you have to consider why he's breaking the rules. It's an unjust system unfairly prosecuting his friends, and he can do something about it. Would it be a bad act if he does nothing? Even this small action is nuanced as to the ethics on display and really nicely explores the philosophy the show brought up.
Still got the papers. Shouldn't be long.
She's finding out, dude.
How we doing, Steve?
Oh, this guy.
Someone just went down to Earth, and that gave me a back door into the judge's system.
No.
Excellent work, Steve.
God damn it. Is it really that terrible in the cocoon?
How was your day with Simone?
We had a great time.
Good.
Thank you again for bullying me.
Wasn't bullying.
Realized I was practicing virtue ethics
Ah.
by helping the two of you bone down.
We didn't even kiss.
Because you chickened out?
I did.
Mm-hmm.
I totally chickened out.
It's okay. Date 2, man.
What's the one thing Eleanor and I have in common?
You both have a complete disregard for my office hours.
Eleanor is an Arizona trash bag.
Whoa.
Her words, not mine.
Totally.
Fair enough.
That we both almost died and it made us want to be better people. This is my thesis idea. Effect of near-death experiences on ethical decision-making. I will get a group of people together who have had near-death experiences.
Okay, I was gonna be like, you're not gonna manufacture near-death experiences, right? Because that is a tricky path to walk down, my friend.
It's a joint study with the neuroscience department.
Why do I feel like this is a bad idea?
Right?
Definitely.
Also, I wanted to kiss you last night, but I chickened out, so I'm gonna kiss you now.
Good. Yes, I want that plate.
Ah, nice. Weird that it's in front of this guy, but hey, why not?
Sorry, Reginald. What were you saying?
Oh, it's not gonna be. Don't be serious.
I'm coming to class tomorrow because my grandma died.
Yeah.
Real mood ruiner.
Don't put it on him.
Read the room, dude.
No.
Meet the newest member of our ethical neuroscience,
3 weeks.
Tahani Al-Jamil.
Here we go. Hello.
Al Jamil.
Are they gonna get to? Is this gonna be the timeline?
Camilla's sister. I am, yes.
Oh God.
I was never really that into her.
Yes. Fast trends.
I assure you that
I forgot about a year ago.
Yeah, how you been doing? Michael, that is a spectacular ponytail, my friend.
Did anyone see who just saved my life? It was Camilla! No, it was a man.
Oh my God. Camilla! What is wrong with people?
I decided to change my life. I cleansed myself of all the worldly possessions.
Yeah, it's a theme, right? They have this near-death experience. Maybe this is what the study is going to show, and they all kind of go from one end of the spectrum to the extreme other end of the spectrum and snap back a little bit, right? I feel like it's a very natural process, you know? I do think actual change does come more fully and completely if it's more incremental. You know, look, doing something cold turkey and just going all at once, right? It can work, absolutely. I don't think it's like a sustainable system for long change, though, truthfully. It's the thing of like diet culture as well. Like people diet, they lose weight. They're like, great, done it, off the diet, gain the weight again. And it's like, right, you just want to diet, lose the weight, gain the weight, diet, lose the weight, gain the weight. It's like, is that really a sustainable thing? Or do you want to make small changes to your diet and lifestyle rather than killing yourself with intense exercise, cutting out a ton of food from your diet and only eating salads or whatever it might be, and going to the extreme other end and then, you know, coming back because it's not maybe so fun or something that vibes with you more fully? Or do you want to look at the diet that you have, make some small changes, go running or exercise maybe 3 times a week instead of 4, 5 times a week? Small incremental change that kind of integrates more easily into your life as it is, as opposed to completely changing your life as it is, right? I think because that's less of a shock to the system, it's more so adapting your life as opposed to changing your life. It's easier to stick with that. And I think that's what we're seeing with all of these experiments, right? And instead of going to the extreme other end, it not working, I think maybe the answer is being like, well, looking at your life and incremental change, doing it slowly, not completely changing your personality overnight. Don't get me wrong, you can still learn things from that and whatever, but is it really the best way? I think it's the question you got to ask. Same with like the diet culture thing. Is it really the best way to achieve the goal that you want to achieve, right? Whether that's just being fitter, whether it's losing weight, whatever it might be.
Jewels, I give them all to Goodwill.
Yeah, but you like clothes, and so you don't naturally like this, which means that you are gonna skirt back around towards it in some way at some point in the future, right? And that's okay. It's okay to like clothes, to have huge walk-in wardrobes full of them that you're never gonna use them all, or it's excessive or whatever. Sure, that's a lot, that's maybe too much, but you can still integrate that into your life and enjoy clothes or whatever it might be in a way that's more healthy. And it's great because I think that is generally and has been generally the message of the show, of adopting healthier mindsets, right? To either look at things or healthier mindsets in regards to your behavior and how that can help and change the way you think, right?
Book me a flight to Tibet. I'm going to live in a Buddhist monastery.
See, this is too much. But I think it's on purpose, right? It's hamming it up. It's like, what can we do to the absolute extreme of what they're going for, right? I'm going to go to a monastery.
I'm flying commercial.
First class, I assume.
Comfort plus.
This is the thing. This is almost performative, right? It's doing what you think you should do. And it's funny how full circle we're coming back to the innate thing again, right? Is what you're doing truly innate, or is it just because of external factors? And I think something like this, sort of performative. It's like, well, okay, I am this. I want to make a change. What is the best thing that I can possibly think of? Okay, I'm going to do all of those things. And it's like, you don't truly want to do that. You think you should. And it's like, you've got the right energy, right? You've got the right attitude. But I think to make sure or give yourself the best chance at it being something that isn't so performative is to identify the best thing and be like, okay, I'm going to change my life in this way, this way, this way. Try it out. Maybe if that works and it's fine and it's a small change. So it's not really my life's changed. It's just, okay, I feel a little bit better in myself. And these small changes over a long period of time are going to have a real lasting effect on me, right? Okay, that's worked. Let's introduce 3 more things and let's try these out because the first 3 things are more normal to me now. I don't have to think about them. I just do them. So let's introduce 3 more things and then rinse, repeat. And then suddenly your life has changed and you've barely even noticed, right? Because it's integrated into your daily life and your life in general. Sorry, I am repeating myself. I apologize. But I think that's the way to go, right? And yeah, absolutely. I think this show is setting that up for us to work that out.
Is that Tahani Al Jamil?
I am living here as a way to shed my desire for attention.
Toy, that's what's up. You gotta shed that. Here's my card.
Okay, so we're doing that, yeah.
Get out of the spotlight.
And that's what my book is about. Shedding your need for validation from others.
Beautifully ironic.
Also, they want you for Oprah.
Who? Do you mean Oprah? Who's Oprah?
Tahani. Gordon. Indigo.
Of course.
I'm sure you're already rolling in dough from this incredible scam. What about merch? Nirvana orbs, driving range golf balls that I painted silver.
Awful.
No, it's healing. Wink.
How dare you insinuate that I'm not authentic?
I finished signing your headshots.
He's making her think.
But I am helping people.
Are you?
Just Google crystals that prevent erectile dysfunction.
That's an interesting thing to yell through a room, mate. I mean, look, it depends on what's in the book, because there's an assumption, I suppose, that it's not really truly helpful. I don't know that though, right? Because there is, I don't know, at least from a theoretical standpoint, she wrote a book towards helping people. Obviously, all of this is it's egotistical. She's looking for validation, etc., etc. Absolutely. It's quite hollow. At the same time, though, on paper, if she's selling a book and it's actually got some helpful stuff in definite she might be helping people. I suppose it comes back to the motivation. What's the motivation? And I think that's probably quite hollow.
An article about
Will it help people? That's all I want to know. Will this help people?
Yeah, this is the thing. I think she's bouncing around a little bit, but I think the desire to help people is genuine. I say tentatively, but I don't think she quite knows how to go about it. And I think she's so conditioned into thinking a certain way and seeing good as one thing that her definition of doing good has been a little warped. Right. And that's why I do feel like she needs a bit of guidance to be put onto the right path, to be nudged, let's say, pushed, perhaps, to be like, actually, doing good looks like this, as opposed to the thing that you perceived it as before, which might have been incorrect. Right. And I suppose that ties back into what I talked about before of people in power working from a foundation morally that is a little skewed and actually not truly perhaps moral, and working off of that and obviously wielding that power in ways that affect other people and having a negative effect, right? I think Dahani's a little bit of a conduit in the show to represent that. And so yeah, I think the desire for her to do good is there, but I think it's manifesting itself in ways that are actually not helpful, not truly, right? And that was her problem. And it's like, it comes back to this nature versus nurture thing again. It's like, it's almost not her fault necessarily that she perceives a good act that way, because she's been raised in a family that probably promotes that. You have these Hollywood circles, famous people circles, whatever it might be, and it's like, it is a good question. How much of what they're doing or their intent is truly good, and how much of it is just they're in a bit of a bubble? I think that's it. It's a whole new kind of dimension to the conversation of like, how much of it is innate, how much of it is external factors and ego, whatever it might be. But then I think it's such a different world. There's so much money. Things are so normalized in a certain way that are not comparable to, let's say, like the working class, or someone who might be in the working class and their life and what a good deed might look like to them. So you have, I suppose, these spheres of society that good things look different in all of them, and actually which one is better, which one is truly good, which one is actually helping people. And I think Dahani, her story is touching on that differentiation. It's really interesting. And so yeah, sorry, I'm trying to just give her a little bit of a credit, because I think her intent is genuine, and I just don't think she knows quite how to be good, and she needs to be taught that. She needs to be shown that. She needs to be nudged, pushed, whatever you want to say. And I think that's okay, and I think that should be the goal.
How had you learned about me, I wonder?
I feel like they're going to put Michael together. Okay, one more to go.
One to go.
Yeah. My guy. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how Sean comes into it too. I wonder if Sean's going to be a voice for some of the things I'm saying and kind of calling up Michael on.
Oh, sorry, are these your rocks?
Oh, this is the easiest to manipulate.
Thanks, but no thanks, man.
Really? New angle, Michael.
My life is just kind of messed up right now. I had a really tough year.
I wonder, is he going to like just find a good path on his own?
My year started about a year ago.
You ready to get back in there?
We're not doing this no more.
Nice.
I have to change my life.
Okay. Okay, of course.
So you didn't see any other posters there?
Want you thinking about dance 24/7. You think 20 thoughts about dance for 7 minutes. Pew pew.
Now that those guys are no longer members of our crew, we can legally rob their houses.
I'm gonna do this the right way. And if you don't like that, you can walk out that door right now.
My guy, you gotta stop saying that.
Please see an usher. Your car has exploded.
Molotov cocktail.
Dance, dance, resolution.
Amazing. They're safe. Wow.
Dance, dance, resolution has been disqualified. Because you have 40 people on stage. The limit is 8.
Oh my god.
All teams are disqualified due to violence.
Wow. What happened?
Please let me go. I only did it to pay rent for my dance crew's rehearsal space.
Oh, well then you're in luck.
I shouldn't have used my one phone call to prank the police department.
Always a worthy effort.
Someday I'll be able to buy my own Vicodin, and they'll never turn out to actually be laxatives.
Oh my god, that was a roller coaster.
I have no truly great accomplishments.
He's kind of coming to nice conclusions on his own, you know.
I'm only saying this because I love you. You want a Vicodin right now?
My buddy, you gotta just get off the Vicodin, yeah?
Came down to this wharf, threw a rock at us.
Start throwing rocks.
Met a guy named Zach Pizzazz.
No, that was me. I'm Zach Pizzazz. We're caught up now.
Oh yeah.
Nice. He was just being thorough.
Run a dance crew in Atlantis,
Australia.
But now...
What do you want to do?
But I'm starting to think there might be more to life than amateur street dance.
My goal in life used to be completely different too. But I met new friends who helped me become a better person.
Yeah, this is the thing. The through line through it all, we had the end of last episode and the way it did, and you know, the kind of the conclusion almost being Chidi talking about like people, right, coming together. And throughout the entire show so far, the kind of defining factor of where they're at and how they've become better, and what Michael's trying to do here and bring them all together, is each other and other people bringing the best out of them.
You want to meet him?
Yeah.
He was coming to some nice conclusions on his own. I'd be interested to see where he got with that.
This 1 second ago was definitely a laxative.
No, go. Well,
Oh God, something's gonna happen, I feel.
token of my appreciation.
Yes, frog.
It's a frog.
Yeah.
There's a frog on it.
There is indeed.
Thank you.
Oh, you made a friend today, Michael. Michael, I honestly, mate, I am missing your bow ties. I gotta say, man.
Hey guys.
Goddamn.
Nothing is going differently from the plan.
Yes, that's a very not weird way to put it.
If you like Mark Harmon, stealing home. He is very sexy in stealing home, according to the private thoughts of more than 7 million Caucasian women. We can watch together, can whip up some nachos.
Oh, mate, I would be way too persuaded by the nachos.
We did it, Janet. We got away with it.
No, I don't think so.
Hopefully none of you's claustrophobic.
Who would ever be scared of Santa Claus?
You from Florida?
Jacksonville.
Yeah.
There's one more person who will be joining us.
Oh?
A really interesting guy.
Sean?
This doesn't make any sense. Oh no.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes. Come on, this is Trevor.
Hey.
No.
It is so great to meet you.
Oh, they sent the big boy. All right. Well, there we go. That was Everything Is. Whoa. No, that's not the name. Sorry, I nearly fell off my chair. It's all right. Absolutely fine. Don't worry about it. Everything Is Bonzer. That is the beginning of season 3. It's going to be interesting to see where we go on this Earth arc. You know what? I'm actually interested in... What was the guy's name? Trevor. Well, Trevor. He's so horrible. I kind of am interested to see him. I mean, this is the thing, though, right? I mean, I think the conclusion, or at least the bottom line of this test is that it's kind of a sham at this point. I think you can kind of see that. And I mean, this is the thing. Regardless of how it goes, I mean, Trevor coming in and I guess spoiling the results of it or corrupting it or whatever, to me at least, watching, in the way that I'm watching it, I don't feel like it's a huge deal in the sense of like, I don't think that this experiment really proved anything, truthfully. So I mean, from that perspective, I can kind of, disengage a little bit and just enjoy it and have fun with it, right? But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see, I don't know, some of the conclusions that they come to with this. Maybe it's a bit of a shame in a certain sense, because I was interested to see what they arrived at, and I guess maybe the point is without Trevor they would have just become better people, and maybe that's how it would have gone. And now with Trevor it's going to be, this is the thing as well, actually, this might be a saving grace, because obviously Michael I feel like the judge is going to find out that Michael influenced events. Now that Trevor's there, Michael can say, well, okay, I did that, but also the experiment is null and void because Trevor came in and spoiled it as well. So actually I deserve another go. I don't know, maybe they use it that way. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how it goes. Anyway, that was it. I'm gonna end it there. Thank you so much for watching. If this was your first Good Place video of mine that you have seen and you enjoy, please do consider supporting me, subscribing down below. I do have some early access for all my YouTube memberships and patrons. There is early access to all my videos. If you're hankering for the next episode of whatever, have a look at my page. It's at the bottom and whatever's available. Currently, you can have a quick look, and if you feel like it's worth it, go wild, mate. Go wild. Thank you, as always, to those who do support me. Genuinely, just thank you. But that's all from me. Please do consider watching either of these videos right here to keep the hype train rolling. But be good. Have a great week, and I'll see you soon.